Hey, you guys ready to start this show? Thank you so much. Give me the energy Saturday night. There it is. It's a really good friend of mine, travels all over the country doing stand-up comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a warm welcome for Levi Anderson.
Thank you, Drake. Keep it going for Drake Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. I'm going to steal this here. I'm going to drink all our headliner's water before he gets out here. He'll never know which one is which. Look at this. It's like the 3 cups challenge. I told us it was 3 cups. You know what kind of internet this girl looks at just from that reaction right there. Hi, Crescent City. Woo! I love Crescent City. I really love Crescent City. This is my favorite pit stop when I'm traveling from Oregon to Oregon. They haven't figured out how to get from Oregon to the Oregon coast without dipping into California first. Like, you want to go to the Oregon coast? Yeah, great. Where do you live? Oregon. Awesome. You just got to pay a fruit tax. Let you right on over. The fruit tax. I love it. Did you just buy these apples and oranges fresh this morning? Yes, I did. Well, throw them the fuck away. How dare you bring an apple or a banana into our state, unless it's after 7 p.m., then I guess. After the sun's down, you just Carmen Miranda that right on through. Get your little fruit basket on across the border. I used to love driving in California. You come out of Oregon and you hit California, it's 10 miles an hour faster you can drive in California. Except when you're coming on the Redwood Highway. It's like 55 miles an hour, Cave Junction crossover. It's 65 miles an hour in California, yes! But 600 miles of 25 mile an hour kill yourself curves. That's not fair. That's such a tease. Such a car tease. I love you, Crescent City. My friend always recommends I eat at the Chart House when I come to town. You guys like the Chart House? Yes. It's great, and I'm sorry if anyone here works at the Chart House, but when I first heard Chart House, I was like, Chart House? Chart House, Chart House? Do they have t-shirts saying, I didn't chart at the Chart House? They should make those t-shirts. No, you won't chart at the Chart House, we promise. I do love this town. I was here 2 years ago making a movie. We made a movie here, and we filmed at the Chart House, and we filmed at the harbor, and we filmed all up and down the town. It's called Bad Fish. After the show, go look it up on Apple TV. It's about killer mermaids. It's horrible. But we made it here locally with Crescent City as a backdrop. So support us, supporting you. Whew, we got a fun inauguration tomorrow. Is that tomorrow or was that today? I don't know. Was it today? Monday? I don't know. Are we excited? That's all right. You don't have to answer. Nobody answer that question. If you are or if you're not, nobody answer that question. This is touchy. I guess they're trying to cancel Snoop Dogg now. I just heard today they're trying to cancel Snoop Dogg because he wants to play the inauguration or he played a pre-inauguration party or something. I'm like, you can't cancel Snoop Dogg. You realize that, right? He's uncancelable. If you hoorah all year long while he's running around the Olympics with the American flag draped over his shoulders, you can't be like, oh, but he can't perform for a sitting U.S. president. Snoop Dogg is bigger than the president. That guy is royalty. You can't cancel Snoop Dogg. Just quit trying. It was close, though. We were close. We almost had a woman president. We were so close. We almost had a woman president. Whew, close one, right, guys? The Democrats thought they had it all figured out. They're like, we have the perfect candidate. We made her in a lab. We took our 2 favoriteest candidates we've ever run. We have the street swagger and sexiness of Obama. And then we have Hillary's nuts. We put them together to make a Kamala Harris, and still, what? You guys didn't take it? You guys didn't take our Kamala Harris? It's a shame. It's a shame. I think we were so close, so it was close. I think America, we're almost there, but we're not quite ready for a woman president. I think if you pay attention to sports, you realize we got to have a man run as a woman president first to break down those walls break through that ceiling, and then we can let a real woman run. But we got to have a man in there first, running as a woman. Obviously, a celebrity president's going to have the best track record, the best luck to get in there, and the only one I could think of that would be a shoe-in, RuPaul. RuPaul drag race their way all the way into the White House. Everyone will be confused. We don't know if it's a man or a woman, but it's going to work. We all love RuPaul. I will be there in 2029 with my high heel pumps on, campaigning in the streets. RuPaul drag racing their way right into the White House. I love it. I'm excited for that. I'm an environmentalist, if that's okay in Crescent City. I'm an environmentalist at heart. I grew up very environmentalist. But as an environmentalist, I still think, people try a little too hard. They go a little overboard. There's a lot of hypocrisy in it. I'm such an environmentalist, though, that I do drive a car that makes rainbows on the pavement when it rains. My neighbor's like, hey, Levi, your car's leaking oil on my driveway again. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm just doing my part to put it back. One man can make a difference in the city's municipal water supply. But as an environmentalist, people go too far. You'll never hear a lot of environmentalists say this, but I feel like we recycle too much. Recycling is just a marketing gimmick to sell you packaging you still didn't need in the first place. They're recycling things just to rewrap it and resell it to you, and you can't recycle half of it. And they're recycling things that shouldn't be recycled in the first place, disgusting things like toilet paper. I don't know if you've ever seen recycled toilet paper, but they sell it in grocery stores right there next to the produce aisle. That cannot be sanitary. When I was a kid, there were 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, then recycle. But we're too lazy. We just jump straight to the recycle. We don't reduce and reuse anymore. And you could start with your toilet paper. Try 3 squares instead of 4. If it doesn't work, you can always wash your hands. There's a sink right there. Reuse your toilet paper. Wipe once, fold it over, wipe again. It's like foreplay. It's like wiping with a cloud. It's fantastic. People don't reuse their sandwich baggies anymore. My grandma, I go over to grandma's house, there's always sandwich baggies rinsed out and all over the counter drying out. Anyone else's grandma or aunties just reuse sandwich baggies. And then you go to school the next day and your chips are soggy because the bag never dried out all the way. No one reuses their sandwich baggies anymore, except my weed dealer. That's why I'm so happy weed is legal. It promotes the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, get ripped. He still leaves water in the bag, too. I couldn't figure it out, but I guess it adds to the weight. I think he's scamming me. I think my weed dealer is scamming me, leaving water in those baggies. I am a hypocrite, though. I try my damnedest, but you can't do everything. I heard that 3/4 of the water on the planet's polluted already. Can you believe that? And yet, I'm a hypocrite. Every day I go in a room in my house that's got a bowl full of fresh, clean, drinkable water. And I just pee in it. I pee in the clean water, ooh, flush it away. And I go to the store and I pay $1.50 for a liter. Like, what? Wrapped in plastic. What am I doing? Buying water and flushing the clean water away. Just peeing in it, flushing it away. It's wrapped in plastic. People are freaking out about plastics. Plastics are everywhere. Plastics are in the ocean. Plastics are in your breast milk. Plastic in our nuts. There's plastics everywhere. We can't get away from the plastics. These plastics are going to be around for thousands of years. What do you think about that? And I'm like, you know what else has been around for thousands of years? They keep digging up all over ceramics. And they put those in museums. How do we know that a couple thousand years from now, we're not going to be, our youngins, whatever, our ancestor, the reverse of ancestors, or what do you even call that? We'll be in museums, be like, this 2017 Aquafina in its pure state. Here we have a Fiji water. Those were discontinued after the 2025 Los Angeles fires, but over here is our most advanced exhibit. This stuff, you guys, this is our fanciest exhibit ever. This plastics that you're gonna see here were royalty only. They must have been, because these people would use these one time only, and throw them away because they wouldn't want the liquid in the cup to touch their lips. This is called the straw. We don't see those anymore, the straw. You guys are a beautiful audience. I'm a bachelor, so it's hard to cook for myself because it's just always microwavable, and I'm like, that's not good for me, right? So I tried one of those mail order food delivery services, you know those? The Blue Box or HelloFresh or one of those where like you custom pick your meals and they mail it to you in a box and it sits there for 3 days before you open it and then you have to rush through everything before it's expired. Well, I'm opening the box and I'm like, every ingredient is individually packaged. Like, here's your salmon in a Ziploc baggie. Here's 1 sprig of parsley in a little plastic baggie. Here's 2 green onions in their own plastic baggie. And everything is wilted and wasted before I get a chance to eat it. So I'm actually paying this company to send me trash and compost so I could still go down and get a burger at the fast food joint. You guys have In-N-Out over here on the coast? Yeah, people love their In-N-Out. I don't get it. They opened an In-N-Out in Medford, where I'm from, and there's a line around the block. People wait hours to get an In-N-Out burger. I'm like, I can go around the corner, be In-N-Out at Jack in the Box in 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm such an environmentalist. I am Ashland, Oregon's most recycled boyfriend. They love to recycle out there. When I was younger, I used to be something of an F-boy. An F-boy is what we would call it now, I guess. But the benefits to being a recycled boyfriend is I came with great recommendations. Like, those hippie girls just love to be like, you know what, Stephanie, didn't work out with him, but he's perfect with his hands. You should try him out. Some of the benefits to being a recycled boyfriend, I never had to pay for Tupperware. All my Tupperware was gifted to me by some lovely lady that wanted to send me on my way with a sandwich or some leftovers. And when you break up, they give you all your stuff back, but do they want you returning it? No, you keep that Tupperware. You keep that filthy Tupperware. None of my Tupperware matches. It's all just different brands of sandwich-sized Tupperwares. But it's fantastic. Never had to buy a single one myself. When you date as a single dude, as a recycled boyfriend, as it were, or an F-boy, one of the other benefits is, a free house cleaning with every new girlfriend. Like, I always would, it's not really a game, but I would play like, I'm sorry, I can't let you see my place. It's always filthy. I'm a bachelor. My place is filthy. And like, why can't I ever see your place? Why can't I ever see your place? And finally you let them over and they see your place. They're like, oh, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this for you. You can't live like this. And then they clean it for you, and it's fantastic. It's spick and span, and then it slowly starts to build up that bachelor grime, layers and layers. And then the woman's just like, you know what? You're right. I don't need to come to your house ever again. We're doing everything at my house or on the road. Always. Oh, I love it. Dating's tough. I've been a professional dater for a long time. I came from a small town. It's really hard to date in a small town. My first date was with my second cousin. I come from a very small town. There were 600 people in this town. I wouldn't be related to it's all, if my mom hadn't married my dad, I wouldn't be related to anybody. So it's all by marriage, if you ask. But you can't really date in a small town unless you stay there. If you stay there, you could date, you could get married, you could inbreed forever. But if you leave and come back, nope, you're cut off. You're cut off from fiddling the family in a small town. You got to stick your ground if you're going to do that. My town is super small, 600 people in my hometown I grew up. It's out in Central Oregon. It's called Condon, Oregon. Condon, with an N. I know you heard that wrong. I know a lot of people hear that wrong. People hear it wrong on purpose. They know I'm a comedian, so like, oh, you're from a condom? You were born in a condom? I thought you couldn't be born in condoms. I bet Condom, Oregon's the safest town in Oregon. And it is, actually. Condon, Oregon was in the state newspaper 2 years in a row. Safest town in Oregon, the town where no one locks their doors. And then we have a string of burglaries for 2 weeks. And then every election they wonder why Eastern Oregon hates Metro Oregon. And you're like, well, because you keep stealing our shit. Condon with an N. They used to have sweatshirts they would sell at the market. Condon with an N. I was like, the joke doesn't work when it's already spelled out. Condon with an N, the only hard N we can say. No, it's a sleeper. All right, that one. I'll throw that one away. Dating now, as you get older, dating is just like shopping for used cars. If you're lucky, your parents hooked you up with a nice Lexus right out of high school, but for the rest of us, we kind of had to learn, through a few trial cars first. And then you try, dating now, it's like shopping for a used car. A couple dents and scratches are all right. That comes with the territory. The most beautiful things have a few imperfections. But we all really just want, something we can't really afford, and a little bit younger model than we should have. But we all just need something that's preferably a one-owner with a clean Carfax, something safe to put the kids in. And that's all. Everything's on apps now. You can't date in real life. You got to date on the apps. My last girlfriend, we were having a dinner with her mom. I met her mom for the first time, and she decided to tell me, I didn't want my daughter to date you because she sent me the photos and you look too old for her. And my girlfriend said, yeah, you were way too old in your photos than you look in real life. And I was like, well, if I look so old in my photos, why did you even go out with me in the first place? She was like, well, there was that photo of you taking out the trash. I like a guy that takes out the trash. So I learned if you're over 40 and you're on the dating apps, you don't got to worry about hiding your hairline, faking like abs with just the right lighting so they might show one or two of them. Like, no one cares about your fucking fish. No one gives a shit about the size of your fish. I'm sorry. I've heard this from so many women. But if you got a picture of you doing the dishes, you can fake it. Just get a photo of you folding a fitted sheet. Those DMs are going to be wide open and sopping wet. If you can fold a fitted sheet, you are golden dating over 40, I swear. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling old now. I'm feeling old. I'm finally getting there. I knew I was feeling old when someone guessed my age correctly, and I was immediately offended. Oh, but you're probably 43. I was like, how dare you? Oh, are you not? I'm like, no, I am exactly 43. How dare you? Women are the stronger sex, though. It's true. Women are the stronger sex. Men can't compete. Yes. Yes. This is the pandering moment of my set. It's true. I'm a 40-some-year-old man, and I feel closer to a teenage girl than to any other man younger than me. Like, as we age, men, we turn into teenage girls. Like, our estrogen levels rise. I can't leave the house without trying on 4 or 5 different pairs of pants. None of these fit right anymore. None of these pants fit right anymore. What are these, stretchy denim? Stretchy denim? Like, what? I shouldn't be able to work out and do squats in my denim jeans. These are man jeggings is what these are. These are ridiculous. I'm such a teenage girl. I'm like, oh, no, please don't take my picture from that angle. No, come over here. Let's get in the light now. Like, no man says that. I read a really good article the other day that really got into kind of the nuts and the bolts around dismantling of the Department of Education in Teen Vogue. Was the magazine I read this in. That is, Teen Vogue has better politics than CNN or Fox News. That's bad. But I'm feeling old. I got one of the worst compliments of my life the other day. I was at the gym working out. Thanks for noticing. This guy came up to me. He was just like, hey, man, way to go. Really? Really? You had to tell me that? Way to go? Like, that is the most... Like, he's like, at your age that you're even still doing this. I was like, I never wanted to fight someone in the daytime before, but man... He went on to ask me, he was like, do you work out with your significant other? And I was like, oh, he's hitting on me. He thinks I'm a bear. So that was a little flattering, but I spent 17 minutes in the shower. He never showed up, and I was like, again, that son of a child. That young man is a child. The worst compliment you can get is being ID'd when you obviously don't need to be ID'd anymore. You remember that used to be like, we used to have to really work to get ID. You remember when you were young and you're sneaking into bars? And you're like, please don't ID me, please don't ID me. Like, will you buy a drink for me? I'll just hide over here in the corner. And the bartender starts scamming. He's like, wait, hold on, is that? And like you find another dark corner to sneak around, like, please don't ID. And then you finally turn 21 and you're so excited to be carded. You're like, step right up to the bar, like, oh, sir, can I see your ID? Yes, you may see my ID. And you hand it over, and the bartender's like, dude, I've been serving you for 2 years. What in the... Today's your birthday, you get out of my bar. I'm like, but I have ID. He's like, get out of my bar for the last 2 years of threatening my job security. And then you reach a point where you're like, one day, like all of a sudden they're like, nah, I don't need to see your ID. And you're like, oh, Wait, you don't? I don't know how to feel about this. My eyes are down here. But then it gets to the point where you're like, all right, I've not been carded for 10 years, and now you're carding me? I obviously look so old that your own fears of aging are projecting onto me. Like, don't try to patronize me. Like, I don't need you to pretend to make me feel younger. I already know. I have a bum knee that I fight every day. I pretend this thing is perfect. I got a stick shift just so I could still shift with this bum knee because I don't want to admit it's going out. Like, no, I can still push a clutch in. Oh, okay, maybe I'm just gonna hold at this red light for a minute. I joined one of those hot girl summer booty boot camp workout gyms this summer, or last summer. I guess it's already January, goodness gracious. Everything is lunges and squats. Everything is lunges and squats and lunges. And I'm like, my knee's giving out, but I can't quit because I'm the only man in that class. And oh my God, it is so much fun. Do you need a spotter? No, I don't need a spotter, Levi. God, it's a body weight workout. I was like, I'll spot your body. They talk about you're not supposed to check people out of the gym, but I'm like, what is the point? We're all here to better ourselves. You're checking yourself in the mirror the entire day. I can't sneak a peek. Like, I have to check you out of the gym. People started checking me out of the gym, and I was like, oh, it feels good. And then I realized they're looking at me like, ooh, yeah, this is why I'm not sliding back. I keep it going forward. I'm like, which water is which? You guys are beautiful. I know I'm getting old because I found my first expired condom the other day since my very first ever expired condom. You remember when your very first expired condom? No. How many kids you got? 5 kids, exactly. Her husband remembers that expired condom. He's like, oh, I remember that expired condom. I remember all 5 of those expired condoms. Son of He's like, oh, I was supposed to put it on? My very first expired condom when I was 17, 1997. And I should have known better. I stole it from my brother's dresser. It was already expired when I first got it. But that thing sat in my wallet for a good long time. Growing up in my tiny little hometown, trying to buy condoms for the first time, I had to buy them from my aunt because she ran the market. And I was just like, I was so embarrassed. I was like, I swear, I promise these are just a joke. I'm never going to use these. She was like, I know, Levi. I know. That's how my aunt talks too. I know, Levi. I know. She was a long-time smoker. So I found my first expired condom the other day. I was like, oh, I should buy more condoms to pretend I use them. And so I'm buying condoms at the store, and now I'm going to the checkout line, and this girl that's checking out my groceries and my condoms is like half my age. And I have never felt creepier. I was like, I should have gone through self-checkout. I don't know if this is a conflict. Are you old enough to be running this checkout register, ma'am? I swear, I promise, I swear I'm not going to use them on you. Oh, God, please get this be over already. I'm never buying condoms again. Internet only. Amazon condoms, Amazon Basics condoms. Those got to be the ones to use from here on out. Oh, you're such a lovely audience. I'm trying to see if I swiped on any of you when I got to town. I live in Southern Oregon. As soon as I've swiped left on all the women, it just fills Crescent City and Brookings, just flood the Medford Tinder. It's fantastic. Dating it's silly. Being on the apps is so silly because every woman has a different picture but the same profile. Always with the same profile. I was in the South. I was working in Atlanta last year. And so I got on the apps. I'm traveling around. I get on the apps. All these pictures, different women, but all the profiles looking for a fine Christian man on Tinder. So I changed my name to Christian so I could be Christian on Tinder, and it worked. Started getting messages back. And then they say, well, I want my fine Christian man to have 8 inches or more. And I was like, of what? Oh, they grow them different in the South. Oh. Come back to Oregon, on the apps in Oregon, in the Pacific Northwest, up and down the coast. It's so outdoorsy here. It's a whole different vibe. But all these women, the same profiles. I hike and do yoga 24/7, must love dogs. You hike and do yoga 24/7? How do you afford that? What's your job? She's like, that is my job. I hike and do yoga 24/7. Here's my butt at Crater Lake. Here's my butt in the redwoods. I'm like, damn, I don't judge, except favoritively. And I'm like, I just couldn't get away with that. Like, you do you. If you can make money that way, that's awesome. I can't get away with that. I could never start an OnlyFans and make money. I have a Lonely Fans. It's just me watching myself in the mirror with one tear. But these women all must love dogs. Everyone, and it's like, obviously, it's an obvious red flag if you don't love dogs, because who doesn't love dogs? But you have to be careful, because women say must love dogs. Some of them get like really like serious about, no, you must love dogs more than me. And I'm like, do you mean love dogs more than I love you? Or love your dogs more than you love your dogs? Because if you try to love a girl's dogs more than she loves her dogs, you're in the doghouse. That is not allowed. But if she says must love dogs and you go over and she doesn't let her dog on the couch or the bed, like, you don't even love your dogs. Who owns a kennel if you must love dogs? You don't even. I would let my dog pick me up drunk from the bar and drive me home. That's must love dogs. That's how I love my. That's how much I love my dogs. Oh, you guys are a lovely audience. You are so much a beautiful, beautiful audience. I love you, Crescent City. Are we having fun? Nice. Well, I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate you having some fun with me and getting this room riled up and having a great, great night. I do want to say before I get out of here, I discovered the other day that the gayest thing a straight man can do is put on cologne the right way. You have these youngsters nowadays that are just dousing themselves in Axe body spray, right? And you're just like, you can fumigate a whole room when they walk in. And if you relate it to like the pheromones, that's the whole point of perfumes and colognes, is the pheromones, to mimic the animal kingdom, right? And you're like, these kids, they're drowning themselves in Axe, smell like they just walked in and the whole pride of lions came on them first. Like, what cougars gotta get with those, right? So the proper way to put on your cologne as a straight man is you spritz it and just walk through it. Just spray in the air and just chest your way through it. Let's do your best RuPaul. Just, cover girl, cover girl, put some bass in your walk. Head to toe, let your whole body rock. Oh, cover girl. All right, one more joke for you. This is my mom's favorite joke. I'm going to give you my mom's favorite joke. Is that okay? She couldn't be here tonight, but this makes me remember her every time I tell it. Not that she's gone, she's just not in Crescent City. I bought a stamp the other day. I bought one stamp. I had to mail a letter, so I went to buy a stamp. And the lady asked, would you like to just buy a book of stamps and then you have more stamps later? I was like, no. That's how you got me the last time. I bought a book of stamps 10 years ago and mailed one letter. Today, I have another letter to mail. I looked everywhere for that book of stamps. I flipped over couch cushions. I looked under the bed, every cabinet, every drawer, no stamps. So I'm here to buy one stamp and one stamp only and mail this letter. And she said, okay, here's your stamp. That's 63 cents. Would you like a receipt? Yes, I would. I'm a broke dick. I know that 63 cents rounds up to $1 when I put this on my taxes. I will take that receipt. She just looked at me like, this is the dumbest fool. And I was like, no, you don't understand. This is like when you try and scotch tape something. And you're like, where's that? I just bought scotch tape. Where's that scotch tape? And you go, you search the whole house. You flip the house over. You're under the foundation. Where the sub pumps eat the scotch tape. Where's the scotch tape? You give up, you go to the store, you buy a scotch tape. You tape the one thing you need to tape. You go to put the scotch tape away. There's all those fucking scotch tapes. I don't even have room. I gotta throw one scotch tape away to make room for the new scotch tape. My mom loves that joke. Because for the longest time, it was the only joke without my dick in it. Unlike the scotch tape when she found me on my 17th birthday. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, your beautiful audience, I've been Levi Anderson. Please have an awesome time with your headliner tonight and your host, Drake Nelson.
Hey, keep it going for that guy right there, Levi Anderson, everybody. Wasn't he funny?